Langtry Park, the new home of St Helens after 120 years at Knowsley Road, open for Super League business for the first time. And Salford hoping to end a 32-year wait for an away win against them and ruin this, their big house-warming party. And it's going to be Lee Gaskell, the 21-year-old standoff, who is going to get this game underway. First kick in the Super League at the new Langtry Park. It belongs to Gaskell, it belongs to Saints. 120 years of history at Knowsley Road. Here we are now. First mistake comes in immediately from Ashley Gibson. The ball went backwards though, says Richard Silverwood. Crowd were on the referee's back in the first few seconds. Nothing changes.
That is for sure. Richard Silverwood got it absolutely spot on. Made the right meal of it, didn't he, Gibson? But he got back in time. And Phil Beaver's the Salford coach. He knows only too well that the firepower that Saints have out there tonight, especially the two halfbacks, Gaskell and Lomax, we've already spoken so deep and tenderly about the great James Roby. But the one thing that they know Salford have to do, they've got to make sure that their defence is solid in and around the play the ball area.
The first Super League match in 18 months in the town of St Helens for the Saints. Pressure's on them, and we make it the 55th different ground this to host the Super League fixture since Super League began in 1996. First penalty of the game in the opening minute because Salford were inside the 10. They were ahead of the kicker. He's spot on as well, is Richard Silverwood.
Because the ball played the man. If it had been the other way around, it would have been play on. It wasn't. Pressure for the Salford side. And I just get the funny feeling that St Helens won't just limber into the utilise the forwards. I think we might see a little bit of open play very early in the piece.
Roby is the dummy half, and this now is Gaskell. Gaskell fires the pass to the young player of the year, Lomax. Here's Lance O'Hire. He is wearing 6 on his back, but playing full-back this evening because Paul Wellens is still a week away. Wellens, Shenton and Mark Flanagan, all just around about a week away, the same as Louis McCarthy, Scarsbrook. Some of the big names who are not involved here tonight. A week away, says Roy Simmons. And here is Wheeler.
Well, we anticipated it. They are giving it plenty of air, though. It's gone on the blind side. That's good defence. They've got underneath him.
Makinson held up, I think, or is he? Yes, he is. The referee has asked them to take it back to the 10-metre line. Didn't refer it upstairs. Got this spot on.
Yeah, Broughton and Moon got well underneath him. They had to as well.
This is the last tackle then. Lomax with a little dab through. General Patton's after it. It seemed to take an eternity reaching him, but Luke Patton gets to it in the end. But look where Salford start this set of 6.
And that comes about by a beautiful little kick through. Lomax knew exactly. He knew that Chris Flannery was out wide. They played him on this left-hand side in amongst the centres. Such a big man.
Luke Patton then just let that ball go past him, Mike. I think he's a little bit frightened that the pitch is a little bit hard, didn't want to risk a knock-on, and he knows that the Salford City Reds, they've got to complete this set. They've got to get a good kick in, and they've got to get away from this end of the ground.
Howarth did well then. This is still on the 4th tackle, and they're running this ball are the Salford City Reds, or Salford City Greens, as they might be tonight. They're just over the halfway line here on the last. Here's Matty Smith. The ball will go high into the air. O'Hire is after this, but it's well claimed by Makinson. Took it out of the arms of the Kiwi international.
That was a good shout by the young winger as well. Realised if O'Hire was there, but he said, get out of the way, I'll take it.
Gardner playing the ball, ending that 8-month absence from the Super League. He tore an Achilles last May. Was named in the 17 last week at London, but didn't get on. He's here tonight, though. And there is the number 14, Anthony Lafranchi, the big man filling the big shoes of James Graham.
It'd be interesting to see how St Helens they get through this season without Graham. Of course, he was instrumental in so much success at this club, but that's good work.
It is great work from Jody Broughton, the England Knights international. He's got some pace as Broughton. And Broughton on one wing, Williams on the other, with Gibson and Moon in the middle. Phil Beaver's hoping that they might just provide the spark tonight.
It's important that Salford just try to slow things down. Just put a little bit of doubt in the mind of St Helens.
Look like they've come here to play, though, Salford City Reds.
Well, there were periods last week, weren't they? Okay, Castleford finished up well in front, but I think Phil Vevers would have been quite happy with the way that some of the attacking ploys, especially the way that Matty Smith was controlling things out there. They got the quality. Have they got the depth and have they got the strength to go through the full 80 against a very strong Saints side?
Well, I think this is the only way to play against St Helens. If you think you can come to this ground and simply defend and hold on, you're in for a big shot. You've got to try and take them on, you've got to open them up, and you've got to try and take the game off them. For me, it's very interesting to see young Stuart Howarth at 9. He has a massive job. He's up against arguably the best hooker in Super League in James Robley. He's up there with Cameron Smith from the Melbourne Storm in the world rankings at number 9. This kid's a loose forward by trade, pushed into the number 9 spot, and a lot's going to come off him.
Anthony Lafranchi coming in with the big mistake there for St Helens. That's why Salford have this possession deep inside St Helens territory, and it's with Matty Smith, spins it away to Holdsworth. That's great defence though from Lomax. Got right underneath Holdsworth, then pushed him back, and now it's Pat.
That's one of the improvements we've seen all the way through last season. Look, we know what Johnny Lomax can do with ball in hand, but he really has improved. His positional defensive play is outstanding. And I give that a lot of credit to the coach, Roy Simmons. He's worked hard, not only his attack, but also his defence.
This is Howarth with a chip over the top on the last. Lance O'Hire has to run it out of his own in-goal area, which he does with comparative ease and makes some great ground as well.
Well, Phil Vevers will be furious about that. OK, the kick ricocheted away, but there was only one Salford player that got through there to apply any pressure to the full-back, O'Hire.
Matty Smith has a fantastic kicking game. He was really looking then to get that ball in the air above A.D. Gardner on the left wing for St Helens. Just took an awkward bounce, but I think that's going to be a tactics for the Salford City Reds tonight. Matty Smith, great kicking game. Can he get it above A.D. Gardner?
Big mistake here from Sia Soliola. Couldn't hang on to the ball.
Go, 2. Still 2. Still 2.
Well, that's a nice pass.
Excellent pass indeed, and that's a good ball as well. And they're in here for the first try. It is Jody Broughton, the England Knights international. There's only a small knot of Salford supporters over on that far side, but they got a perfect view of that try. And Broughton has given Salford City Reds the lead early here. It was a wonderful try scored out wide. Sean Long, of course, the ex-St Helens legend, is running the attack at Salford this year, and that had Sean Long's stamp all over it. Wonderful try from Broughton.
You've got to take your opportunities, and they certainly did. We mentioned the fact that they had so much possession, got it out wide. He was first receiver, but it was the full-back Luke Patton switches in. Gibson does a beautiful offload there, and Broughton finishes off in style. And you can hear a pin drop here. The home crowd, they don't know what on earth has happened. I'll tell you what's happened. It's a top of the draw pass, and Broughton has got the scoreboard ticking over.
I said you had to take some risks. There was a lot of risk. It was a blind pass, wasn't it, from Joel Moon, the centre, to Broughton. He was unable to see him. He just had to hope and expect that if he put the ball in front of his winger, he'd be there to take it and score the points. And it was an excellent finish to a good set of possession and a nice build-up from the Salford side.
And can Holdsworth add the extras and make it the perfect 6? No, he can't. Just the width of an upright denies him, but Salford ahead here by 4 points to 0.
Go, 2. Okay.
Smith is running the show, isn't he?
Certainly is.
Very eager.
And he's doing the right thing, Eddie. He's not going first man all the time.
Gibson, good hands. Williams stabs it in. They're in again here. That's Gibson. That's Gibson who'll score for Salford. Wonderful skill from the winger to get the kick in at speed, and Gibson, the man who sent him down the wing with the pass, followed up, and he touches down for the try. The Saints fans who've turned up here in numbers have gone very, very quiet, and the Salford fans, well, they can't believe their eyes. They're rubbing them over on the far side. Salford are ahead 8-0.
And fully deserved as well. Wonderful play. Beautiful offload, wasn't it? And the kick through. And Ashley Gibson, he definitely got there first. They are testing their arm, and it is just wonderful. Williams under pressure, The centre, Ashley Gibson, knew exactly where it was coming from. And I'm afraid St Helens are looking a little bit leaden-footed at the moment. Yes, it is a shock to a lot of people, but the way that Phil Vevers, the Salford coach, has got his side playing tonight is absolutely fantastic, both in defence and attack. Their only problem at the moment, the last 3 kicks have been exceptionally poor. Luckily, Saints have coughed up the ball and allowed them the opportunity. He's got to be extremely pleased.
Well, Holdsworth missed, but only by the width of an upright with his last kick from the other side of this field. Salford are ahead here 8-0, this for 10-0.
Time back on.
Referee calls time back on. Holdsworth just lining up the sights here. And this time he's found the mark. Holdsworth has added the extras. Listen to this. It's St Helens 0. It's Salford 10.
Well, they had to take some risks, didn't they? They had to take some chances, and they've certainly done that. Firstly on the left-hand side of the field, here now wide to the right. And I think anybody can tell who's watching this game that the momentum of the match is fully behind the Salford side. If you look about the errors that have been made, 5 so far by St Helens, is one of the reasons the possession as well so heavily. The completion rate of 55% is too low for St Helens at the moment, and that's given Salford so much possession. Our margin meter at the moment, Eddie, would predict that Salford are going to win this game. Just flashed that up at the moment, by 20 points, and that's simply because of the amount of possession that they've had so far and where they've had it. Now, St Helens have been good enough over the last 6 years to get to the grand final. They've changed the momentum of matches at times when it's slipping away from them. They'll have to turn it around here.
That's a big headline, isn't it? The margin meter says 20, but things, as Phil rightly says, it can turn in the blink of an eye when you're watching St Helens, but what a win that would be. And Matty Smith with a 40-20 attempt. Didn't quite get it right. Straight to Lancer higher again. Kicks in general play are poor, but that one from Williams down the line at speed, brilliant.
Certainly is, but you've got to also understand, and Phil Vevers is fully aware of it, the kicking game in that second half last week was the reason why they didn't come away with a win. And they're going down the same avenue. As I say, they're fortunate that Saints are coughing up the possession so easily. They're not allowing Saints to get into any sort of pattern. But Salford have to sort this kicking game out. Surely Vevers has got to take Matty Smith, Daniel Holdsworth. Put it onto the ground. Don't go for too much reach downfield. Just get it into touch.
Here is Lomax. He looks and finds the support, and Melly again is clattered by Williams. This time, though, he moves away and arcs his way around the defence. Asks Josh Perry to take it forward, and will take the... No, he won't. He gets a beautiful offload away. And here is Lomax again. Lomax. Was that high? No, 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 says the referee. And Lomax is grounded by Stephen Wild and company. Saints 4 metres away from the line. This is pressure. This is pressure. But that is great defence.
That'll be the turnover.
Or has he got this ball down?
Well, it's sick, but was he held? That's it.
Well, I don't think the referee called, but has Soliola used all his strength and got this ball down?
Has the momentum stopped, and does it do it in one move? He certainly gets it down as far as I'm concerned, but has the momentum stopped? Ian Smith, the video referee, has got to make that decision tonight.
I just thought it stopped, and then
now Matty Smith tries to get underneath him. They've got the hooker, Howarth there. I think that's stopped, and then he turns. I think that could be classified as a double movement, but I am not the video referee.
Well, how, other than saying it's a double movement, how can you turn this down? Because here now he's twisting, and it looks for all money there that he has got the ball down.
Well, I don't think it can be a double movement because the ball carrying arm never hit the floor before the line. He's not projected himself over the try line. Did they ever stop his body movement at any one given point? I don't think they did. I think this is a try.
The referee was about to blow the whistle, I think, to give, held up over the line.
And it would have been a handover because he was on the last.
Has he got it down? Has he got it down? I think maybe benefit of the doubt comes in here, even though you can't actually see the ball on the ground.
Well, his hands are plenty in there. This is a big call.
It is. Ian Smith. Is he just going to throw St Helens a lifeline here in a match that's running away from them? Let's see. The try is given by benefit of the doubt. Sia Soliola, and Phil Vevers is furious. Phil Vevers is absolutely furious that that try's been given.
Well, the Saints needed a lifeline, and they knew that they had to come up with the points, and they certainly did. And perhaps a touch of lady luck has gone their way.
Well, Sia Soliola got the first try at Lantry Park against Widnes in a pre-season friendly in January. He's just got their first try in the Super League on this brand new ground.
You could see for once the Salford defence, they were anticipating the little kick. As soon as Roby set off from dummy half, and the reason why Phil Vevers, the Salford coach, is furious, he thinks that the momentum has stopped, and always missed it, a sitter.
Yes, Makinson hits the post, it bounces back. Roby with a bullet pass to Lomax. Hop, skip and a jump from Lomax. Here they come, the St Helens. Wave of attack. O'Hire goes 360. Then straightens it up again. That's the second tackle.
And again, this Salford man-on-man defence is proving very difficult to get through, though, and it looks like Roby's nearly there.
He is nearly there, but he's grounded. Perry is in at dummy half. Perry will fire the pass to Lomax. Lomax changes the direction, tries to go between two. Roby again, comes back then to Gaskell. Gaskell applies the brakes, goes through them, just short of the line on the last tackle here. Awful play the ball.
That should be a penalty, and it is. They were all over the shop. No one made any attempt to get back over the in-goal area.
Stephen Wild, the culprit again, is he? I'm afraid he probably is, the captain.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't resist it.
Well, penalty try has been in St Helens' makeup for years.
Well, two errors on the trot there from Stephen Wild, and
this is Wilkin.
That's not what you need from your captain.
Roby gives it then to Gaskell. Gaskell short ball. Perry trying to bustle his way over the line.
He's taking that ball too flat, though. He should have been coming from a yard back.
Roby again. Here's another penalty. Not on the line, not standing with feet over the line. Richard Silverwood will talk to Stephen Wild. He's been at the heart of 3 quick penalties.
I'll give you other ones. But when we get near this line, okay, you've got to get back on the line. No crouching past to play the ball or interfering. Okay?
Let me get past him.
He could run the risk here while they've been sent to the sin bin. It really is messy in and around that play the ball area.
Here's Lomax. Pops the ball up for Soliola again. Giant figure of a man, wearing 4, playing in the second row. How long can Salford stand this welter of pressure that's coming at them? That's Pulatua. Roby wants to get on with it quickly. Back it comes to Lomax. Lomax then to Wilkin. Salford again repel all borders. Can they hang on for another 3 tackles in this set of 6? Roby, Lomax, space here. O'Hire has seen a gap. He goes wide though. This is Makinson. Makinson then back to Wheeler. Salford again muscling up in defence. That's 4 tackles gone. If they manage to survive this, imagine the confidence that will flow through the Salford players. But they won't survive it, will they? It's another decision for Ian Smith, the video referee.
Tackle 4.
Has Makinson touched down?
Please.
Did he get a hand to it? Is he onside, offside? All things for him to discuss.
Everything's okay in regards to offside. Neat little kick through by James Roby. And I think he gets this. I don't think there's any problem whatsoever. Or is there? Maybe on another angle. No, I think he gets that down. I think he's just a little finger touch. Certainly bobbling. See how it bobs up now.
Oh, he's lost it.
He's lost it.
Side on, he's lost it.
Isn't it amazing what the slow-mo camera can prove to everybody, especially the official? That's the reason why we have it. The technology has saved Salford, and rightly so. This should be NOTR wide, and it is.
Go, 3rd.
Matty Smith finds Holsworth. Short ball from Holsworth. That could have been forward.
It was 50-50, wasn't it?
Ashurst held on. There is Patton, dabbed through the defence, and it comes up again. I think it's going to be 6 to go for Salford. It is.
Yeah, the man played at the ball. Good little kick by Daniel Holsworth. Obviously, the message from Phil Vevers, the coach, is saying we've got to. And this is a great run as you get in there.
Adam Sidlow
On the line.
On his 80th Salford appearance has taken them that close to the line. Here is Matty Smith, Holdsworth, Gibson. Ashley Gibson will get his second try for the Salford City Reds, will he? It's another decision for Ian Smith. But Gibson believes the body language amongst the Salford players tells you he scored this. It's got to be given the green light by Ian Smith. And has he got it down? Has he got it down?
I think you'd have to say yes or no. Now, does he get it down there? Does he lose it? Oh, it's a big night for Ian Smith, video referee.
And is that ball stolen? And will that be a penalty to Salford? Not that they want that, they want the 4 points.
Is it a high tackle?
Well, I think they've stolen the ball from him, 2-on-1, Phil.
I meant before that point.
Before that as well. Look where the arm is, it's round his neck.
Well, if you look at Lance Ohio, I think his arm makes contact with the head more.
Now then, the side on camera denied Saints a few moments ago. I think it's going to deny Salford here. That's never touched the ground.
No, you're right, he hasn't got it down.
But look at Ohio, he's got him round the neck. And then, as the ball...
It won't be a try, but it should be a penalty.
Penalty Salford.
To Salford, yeah. I know it's difficult to say, and I mean, he's got two tugging at the neck. Well, then will he go for a penalty try, Eddie?
Well,
it is classified as a high shot. It's
in the act of scoring.
Yeah.
Is that a possibility? I never thought of that.
Yeah, well, I think you might be looking at it, Ian Smith.
I don't think so. That hasn't prevented him from scoring, though, has it?
Well, I don't know. They're trying to rip his head off.
Let's see what Ian Smith's decision is. No try. He has a smile about that. I think he said it must have been held up over the line. The ball was not stolen. I thought it was stolen in the tackle, but the tackle count continues 10 metres away anyway. That's the way Ian Smith viewed it. Fair enough.
There were two grapple tackles there, though, Eddie. It should have been a penalty.
Drive in here by Lee Jewett.
On the line, Lance.
Made his Super League debut for Wigan in a defeat to St Helens some time ago. Holdsworth, Patton spinning, releasing to Holdsworth again. This is Sidlow once more, dumps the ball back to Matty Smith. Matty Smith gives it some width to Gibson again. Gibson stabs the ball to the in-goal area. And they are trapped in goal. St Helens is going to be a goal line dropout. Salford are going to get it back.
Excellent play by Salford. Superb stuff. The kick through, they never gave in, did they? They got onto it. Oh, this is tremendous play.
Here's the no try again.
Very
Gouldy
close,
was tackled and held up. Phil was watching the replay. Wouldn't like to give an opinion.
No.
And in the end, he had a little smile to himself.
It's important that St Helens do not allow Salford to get points just before half-time. Nothing worse than to concede a try just before you go the half-time break.
I think St Helens are really struggling with the fact that Matty Smith, as a half-back, is going at the line. He's picking the ball up on an angle. He's arcing forward. That forward movement is standing up the outside defence.
Here he is again. Back he comes to Holdsworth. Then they find Patton. Oh, and the ball went behind Gibson, and had they got the ball out to Williams, he'd have been over in the corner.
Well, they've played some excellent rugby league football out on the flanks, haven't they?
Well, the
centres
question is,
and the wingers.
does Francis Melly get his hand to this ball? That's what the Salford players were claiming.
No, he never got anywhere near it.
And that's a knock-on by Melly. That's going to be play on, 6 to go.
Good refereeing there by Richard Silverwood.
Now then, they have 15 seconds or thereabouts. It's with Patton.
Got to be a kick.
Matty Smith. That's Jewett.
Oh, they're pushing it. They might
Now,
just
are they going for a one-pointer? Are they setting for a one-pointer? Because Matty Smith's there. No. They're coming this way again. Oh, and again, it's behind Gibson.
Give it a kick. Give it a kick.
This is Williams. And Holdsworth will go for the drop goal attempt. And he's just pushed it wide. Ball still in play, but now it's over the line. Well, we often talk about the unpredictability of the Super League, and they are delighted, the Salford City Red supporters.
Brew sponsors Super League on Sky Sports.
A great month's entertainment on Sky 3D.
What a goal by Gareth Bale! Wembley welcomes back Liverpool Football Club. Oh, that talent gets its just reward.
Don't miss a fabulous February on Sky 3D.
Can you reach? Yes, you can.
Are you watching the time? You watching the time?
Hey, kids, come get your cereal.
To be an actor, you have to be an observer.
I can take Jerry with me.
You have to really get inside the skin of other people. Everyone is an individual. It's a truth every actor understands, but not every airline. I want one that treats me like me, whoever I happen to be.
First and business class on American Airlines.
Front strike! Hey, Martin, what? Good news, mate. What you got? Whey protein, half price at Holland & Barrett. Half price? That's good.
That is good.
Cheers, Gav. Good. Precision engineered whey protein, half price, in-store or online. You won't get that anywhere else.
The official DC chess collection. Heroes and villains go head-to-head. Finely sculpted and hand-painted. The DC chess collection. Out now.
Join Sky Poker and get £10 completely free to compete in a growing community of UK players just like you. Use your £10 to play in a range of tournaments at any level. You play in pounds, not dollars, so you know exactly the value of your win. It's easy to join and quick to get to a table, so you can use your £10 right now. Play the nation at skypoker.com. £10 completely free, no deposit required.
With Sky Movies, you get more.
Let's go.
More brand new movies every week.
Well, thank you.
More ways to watch them.
You decide.
And more chances to watch them.
That's gonna be one hell of a ride, Staff Sergeant.
Whenever and wherever you are. In the UK and Ireland.
And I know just where to get them.
Are you ready?
No one brings you movies like Sky Movies.
Wouldn't it be nice if you got something you actually wanted for a change? Like your 50% off home insurance.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
No.
Yes?
For 50% off home insurance, chat to Churchill.
I never asked for the darkness. But now, it's mine to control.
We've come for the darkness, Jackie.
Come and get it.
Master your demons. The Darkness 2, available now.
Iron Brew sponsors Super League on Sky Sports.
Holdsworth gets us underway. Start of the second half. Would you put money on Saints to come back, Steve-O?
Well, you say in the past, you look through their record and you say yes, and it has not been a Saints that we've seen over those past 4 or 5 years, in as much that I'm sure that their coach Roy Simmons would have said, I'll have a little word with the pack of forwards, because they have not played like forwards. We speak all about it, don't we? James Roby, how effective he can be from dummy half, but if you're not getting the forwards over the advantage line, you've got no chance. They've got to start working. I've been very disappointed. Polituya and Frankie, they've got to roll their sleeves up and do a little bit more work.
Opening set of 6 of the second half. St Helens in possession. There's the kick in between fullback and wing, and it's picked up by Jody Broughton. Good chase though, led by Soliola. Wheeler was there.
That was a good kick by Lee Gaskell.
And Gaskell was there, Tommy Makinson rather was there as well to finish off.
This area, Eddie, for me, was a concern last week when Salford played Castleford. This side of situation, getting themselves out of danger here, getting enough metres going forward. They've had one-man players there and he's done quite well, but they've got to make sure that they get themselves upfield here.
Ball went backwards. It wasn't the tidiest play the ball that we've ever seen, but referee's happy that it should continue on.
Yeah,
Howarth back to Matty Smith. Deep kick. This time he finds the ground. Makinson's after it. Gets it eventually.
That's so important that it does hit the ground. It gives you an opportunity to deny the Saints an extra 5 or 10 metres forward.
Gardner now for St Helens.
The discipline of Salford's defence has been quite superb, and you've got to give a lot of credit with the fact that Phil Vevers, and of course in many ways you've got to give a pat on the back for Sean Long. He's in charge of the attack, and they produced some wonderful football in the first half.
Yes, no matter what happens, it's been a decent enough day's work by them. Andrew Dixon, though, quick play the ball to Roby. Can't let this fella run with it.
Now this is where they should have a forward driving in, trying to suck in this Salford defence, which again is going man on man.
Wilkin with a high kick. This will have snow on it. Oh, and he was taken out there, Patton, wasn't he?
Well, he certainly was touched, but nobody jumped. Did the right thing, didn't they?
Looked for a moment as though Paul Clough had interfered, the England Knights international, but he actually stood off.
He pulled out of it, didn't he? He seemed to pull out of the action.
Well, he got away with it.
He did enough to put this fella off.
Yep.
Signs for me were looking ominous in that set of 6 for Salford. St Helens dynamic at the ruck, were making yards for fun, and that pace, that injection from James Roby just caught them out. It's how long for me Salford can hang on when Saints step up at the ruck.
But they've got to step up in the forward. They really have got to work harder. A lot harder than they showed in the first stanza.
Howarth getting some running repairs to a nose that's seeping a bit of blood.
Okay, lads, in Stewart.
It's got a graze on it, that nose. Certainly not stemmed, the flow of blood, but anyway, the referee will carry on. And here comes St Helens. And this is Gaskell. Tall, rangy figure, isn't he, Lee Gaskell? A try home and away against Salford last year.
And that was good defence from a scrum, wasn't it? Saints put the little play on and run around to create extra numbers. The green jersey's got there.
Paul Clough struggles to his feet. Roby turns in the direction of the attack. He finds Wilkin. It's time for Salford to muscle up again in defence if they can. They get Wilkin down on the third tackle, just a couple of metres, as you see, away from that line. Here's Soliola and Lomax. That was a questionable pass to Clough. It could have been forward.
There's only one way to break down a man-on-man defence that Salford are employing, and that is a little kick into the corner.
It's with Lomax now. He might come up with that. No, he finds Wilkin instead, who in turn gets the ball away to Wheeler. That's good defence again. This time it was a big shove in the back from Nero. And Salford survive another raid.
They are not being sucked in.
Roby. Back it goes to Wilkin. Wilkin makes good solid yards forward.
And they seem to be making ground so easily now, don't they? Salford seems stuck in reverse when they're having to defend.
That was a knock on at the play. The ball. Wilkin didn't play that properly at all. This is the last tackle, says referee Richard Silverwood. And it's with Lomax. Up it goes off the boot of him. Patton's after this. Patton claims it. But they'll have to drop the ball out from underneath their own sticks. Good chase.
It was a good kick as well. Putting under pressure. They certainly got the numbers there. It was good work.
But to play the ball earlier, it didn't look like a proper play the ball. In fact, it looked like a knock-on by Wilkin. And indeed it was.
Yeah, lost possession.
Maybe it came off the Salford player's foot, did it, do you think?
No, he just lost control of it. That really should not have been play on. Looking to get away with it, but things like that can just turn the game.
The goal line dropout makes halfway, but Pulatua will run the ball back at this Salford defence. Now this is a real test of the City Reds here. 8.5 minutes of the second half gone. Roby, Soliola. Soliola looked and thought about the offload because Wheeler was steaming up in support. Roby from play the ball. Now it's with Lomax. Here is Gaskell. Short ball finds Dixon. Dixon gets to his feet, plays it again to Roby. Roby then to pull it to her. The big man trying to use all that strength. Takes 3 to hold him up. They're camped underneath the Salford line again. St Helens. Roby, can he weave the magic? Will Lomax do the same? Back it comes. That's great defence. Wilkin had nowhere to go then. Nero was all over him. Here's Roby. Roby stabs the kick through. Was he taken out? Doesn't matter maybe because Roby's followed up. And I think has Roby touched down?
I think he has.
Last tackle.
Well, there's a myriad of things to look at here.
Well, I've been calling for the kick from Saint for quite some time.
We want to have a look at the obstruction.
And it's a man of the moment. He was magnificent against the London Broncos last week. And he has come up trumps, I'm sure.
There's a possible obstruction as well that the referee wants to look at.
Kick through is good. Certainly taken out, wasn't it? It was Dixon that pulled back. Hits the padding on the post. There you can see Dixon definitely taken out. At least it's going to be a penalty, and I think he gets that down, or does he? Well, how many times has this guy... Yes. How many times has this guy dug deep and brought St Helens out of a hole?
Does it just touch the peak of the ball? Does it just touch the tip?
Yes. There. That's all it needs.
Leave it to him, man. Leave it to him.
You don't need a calculator for this one. Ian Smith, he'll come up with a TRY. And he's done it again. The hooker, James Roby. There it is. That's it. That's enough.
Well, a try in London last week against the Broncos, plus 24 runs from dummy half, and a try here at Lantry Park, and Phil Vivas maybe a little resigned shrug as Roy Simmons watches on emotionless, but Roby has come to the rescue again.
And it took a good kick to be able to break down this very solid Salford defence. And not surprisingly, the man who was a superb player. Okay, he got the bounce, it came off the wraparounds, but he was there. Never say die attitude. Got himself through. If it hadn't been a try, it would definitely been a penalty. Andrew Dixon was taken out. But that's a long time ago as he adds the extras.
And he makes it 10 apiece. St Helens level on terms.
Go! Play on! Third! Move! Wasn't tackled. There was no one on him.
St Helens got to be very careful that, okay, they've levelled the scoreline, but they can't just think that that's it. Salford are done, because they won't be. They've still got to keep trying. They've still got to be asking the questions. That went back.
Backwards, backwards.
So it's play on because Wheeler has it for Saints. Last one though for them.
Go.
Making Sinowit was an untidy pass. Lomax, little dink over the top. Oh, it's come up for Gaskell. It's come up for Gaskell. It's come up for St Helens. Nelly for St Helens. A touch of fortune not given yet.
I just want to check, see if Gaskell is in front of the kicker. I just want to check, see if he's onside.
Asking Ian Smith to check whether Gaskell was in front of the kicker here.
There's a shocking pass from the dummy half. Ooh, it's touch and go, but I think that Andrew Dixon is okay.
It's on the right side, centre field that we need to be looking at. Gaskell at both feet behind the ball as it's kicked, Mike. That's the question.
I think you'd have to say one is in front, one's behind.
Well, in that case, he's offside. If your opinion's right, he's offside.
Because that's Gaskell now there, isn't it, who's picked it up?
It was a great offload, wasn't it? It was a gift in the end to Francis Melly.
Of course, it's not Steve-O's view that matters, it's Ian Smith's opinion that matters.
Too true.
Although millions think you are the video referee, Steve-O.
Yeah, even though I get it wrong. It's amazing, that, isn't it?
Fifth decision, the try is given. He saw it differently to you, Ian Smith. Francis Melly, second try of the season, one last week in London. His last 24 appearances have come in the centre, renowned as a winger for New Zealand and Samoa, but now operating in the centres and operating effectively.
And again, the only way to break a side down that's pretty strong in defence is utilise the kick, and it was a good one there, wasn't it, by Lomax? Gaskell deemed to be onside. It was a beautiful offload. Melly with the dummy. And they're starting to warm up here at the home crowd. They've been very, very quiet throughout this game at their new stadium, and I think the crowd and the players might find extra voice.
Melly's try edges Saints ahead for the first time tonight. Makinson's goal gives them a 6-point advantage from 10-0 down, 16 points without reply. St Helens 16-10 up.
But what we failed to see in the first half was the good solid work by the forwards and the combination of the two halfbacks, Gaskell and Lomax. Well, on this occasion, the kick has undone the Salford defence, but paid tribute to the enthusiasm which perhaps was lacking in the first 40 of the St Helens support.
So they've hit the front. Can Salford now come back? Nothing to suggest that they're not going to make this a real fight for St Helens in the final 25 minutes.
They need possession and field position in the second half. Really, I've got a crick in the neck because it's been all St Helens down, going from left to right, and they just cannot get possession. That's a knock on. They will on this occasion.
Oh,
they've got
he's
a
given the
penalty.
penalty for a steal.
Ball steal.
Alan McPherson was hunting the ball, and maybe one of his colleagues hunted it a bit too much with him.
Well, in the 15, almost 16 minutes we've had, St Helens have had twice as much possession, twice as many play the balls.
And they just had a real call from the referee and the touch judge.
He's got that wrong. McPherson did not touch that ball at all, and things just going against them. Salford at the moment, they've got to try to dig deep, try to get hold of this ball. There's no way in the world. I don't think Wild was involved in it either. I think he just lost possession. That's a high shot.
Here's another penalty now. This indiscipline is killing them.
There's a real chance at some point a Salford player may be in the sin bin. The penalties are beginning to stack, and if Salford are down one man, you really do fear for the Salford City Reds. Saints, as we've seen on many occasions, just going through the gears. I've said it a number of times in commentary. They have that ability, as good as any side in Super League.
Being killed on the penalty count, 6-1 in St Helens' favour, as you've just seen. And Melly looking for another one. He plays the ball in the end. Here is Lomax. Just pops it up to Josh Perry. 3 tackles gone. They're 10 metres short of the line, St Helens. With Roby. Roby gets it away. Gaskell, short ball. And there is a try for Andrew Dixon. They're just starting to take control of this game. Just press home their advantage. And Salford at the moment have no answer to what's coming at them, and the penalties are killing them.
Yeah, no possession, no field position either, and they're handing this game on a plate to St Helens. Take nothing away from their field position. Dixon got himself in the right position, and he just went through a bit of feeble defence and running out of steam somewhat. But it's that man again, isn't it? James Roby. Didn't see many runs from the hooker in the first half. And Sean Long is fully aware of what Saints are capable of when they get on a roll.
Just going back to that run from James Roby, I know Dixon scored the try and he's celebrating it. He made it look a lot easier than what it is. If you think that you're running in one direction at pace, to twist and turn your upper body at it and then deliver an accurate pass is a very difficult thing for your body to do. James Roby does it, also conscious of the fact that he's going to get hit just as he releases possession.
And the kick is magnificent as well from Makinson.
Go!
As Lomax gets it away to Ohio, picked it up brilliantly. Here is Makinson trying to go inside them.
Did well to keep away from the touchline. Will they opt for the kick yet again? It's early in the tackle count.
Ohio's seen something.
Got to be a play the ball again. Remember, that's a new rule.
Well, it is, but that's a bending of the new rule, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was somewhat late, wasn't it?
He's got a try out of it, though. Courtesy of John Wilkin. The try is given to Wilkin, and the match, I think, is irreversibly St Helens now. But interesting that the referee was right next to the St Helens player. Then he shouted held, and he knew, it was Josh Perry, wasn't it? He knew he just had to release it at that point.
Lance
O'Hire, it was, beg your pardon. He knew he had to release it at that point, and no matter what happened, he would have got the ball back. And that's where it's at fault, that rule. But it's supposed to be, you can't hear the referee shouting.
Too true, but you can see there that John Wilkin, normally he plays a little bit wider out on that left-hand side, but he could see that they're a very tired defence. And Johnny Lomax knew exactly who was coming onto it. Typical example, any youngster watching this game, watch out. Wilkin will just come on, bang at the angle. Didn't look at the man, went through the gap. They're a very, very tired outfit, but I must say, it was a scary moment for the Saints in the first half.
Makinson adds the extras. St Helens have got this in the bag now, 28-10. 10-0 down, 28 points without reply.
Back up, go!
If they get a penalty.
Is that the side when the ball was played?
Younger Owen is out there, Gareth Owen, 19 years of age.
Quick thinking as well, he's the reason why they got the penalty. Quick play the ball, he raced away, caught the Saints offside.
The enthusiasm of youth, there he is, number 23. Try against Halifax in a pre-season friendly. Here's Matty Smith and Holdsworth and Patton.
Oh, I didn't intend that.
Away they go with Gaskell.
Patton thought
long striding Gaskell, and he's almost sat them on the backside. It's going to be a 100-metre try. Gaskell still, and in the end, Nero came back and got him to the ground.
Well, that was a shame because Luke Patton thought he was the dummy runner and it hit his chest. Gave Gaskell the opportunity, and they'll make it pay. They've got the overlap.
They've a man wide. This is Dixon. And Dixon's escaped the net. He fancies his second. Francis Melly. Back he comes to Wilkin. Here now is Anthony Lafranchi. Just a metre or so shy of the line. And Roby once again scheming at dummy half. Misses out Perry. Finds Lomax. Lomax! So near.
To be fair, Salford done a good job on Lomax. They kept him pretty quiet throughout.
Gaskell slides the kick in.
Beautiful.
Brilliant. Dixon second. And St Helens' second win in 2 weeks in the Super League 2012. They'll be a force again. Off-colour first half, maybe. I think John Wells used the phrase, didn't he? Something about dressing room jitters. Well, they've certainly got that out of their system. And they are winning this now in a canter. Dixon with his second try. And the 5th try of the second half for St Helens.
They were always going to be in trouble, weren't they? It was Gaskell that made this long run. Got good balance, nice step. You can see there they just fall to the full back. Good play though by Nero. He did very well to come back. Would have been a sensational breakaway try. But this is what we call quality. He knew exactly where it was going, and so did this fella. Andrew Dixon. Try number 2 for the substitute. It's all over now.
I thought it was a great reflection of Lee Gaskell's fitness there, Eddie. To make that sort of break and then recover quick enough to put in the skillful kick for the try just goes to show his recovery. That's what it means about being fast, but having that speed endurance.
And Makinson now to try and add the extras. He got a try on his debut just a year ago in the second round in the big win at Salford. And this time, well, that's the second time he's hit the post, and the second time he's missed. 32-10 though, Saints have got the game in the bag.
Go! Third. Race 4!
they're not going to always be easy beats, are they, Paul? And I think they've shown enough that they will trouble a lot of teams this year.
I think so. Matty Smith and Daniel Holdsworth, the two half-backs, very thoughtful. They've caused St Helens problems in the early part of the game, but it's that old adage that you simply can't play this game without the ball. They've had to do far too much work in defence, not because they've made that many mistakes, but because St Helens have been absolutely fantastic in the second half.
Yeah, every time they have received the ball, 90% of the time it's been near their own line.
You're quite right. There's a little bit of pace out there in the Salford three-quarters, and Danny Williams, for me, has been he's been impressive. But if you're going to waste all your energy defending against this St Helens side, who've been very good at the ruck, then no side can live with St Helens in that form.
Nathan Ash is out there. He's underneath all the bodies there. Gets a little run towards the end of this game. Roby finds Dixon. Young man on a hat-trick is Andrew Dixon. Looks set to make a big impact this year.
Well, he enjoys running out wide on that left feature, and he's eager. He knows to put himself in a good position. That shows with the 2 tries tonight.
Here's Pulatua. And Roby. Roby at dummy half, and Gaskell stabs the kick in. Was he taken out? No. That's the rule. That ball should have been allowed to hit the ground. That ball should have been allowed to hit the ground. Otherwise, it is deemed to have been taken over the line by the Salford man. This should be a goal line dropout.
You and the touch judge, Eddie, spot on with that one.
It's got to hit the ground. It's got to hit the ground. That is now deemed to have been taken dead by the man who picked it up, i.e. Danny Williams.
So it'll be a goal line dropout.
So it's a goal line dropout, yes.
Obviously the ball's not out of play till it hits the floor.
It's the new rule this year. Once it's gone over the whitewash all round, it has to either hit the ground or one of the advertising hoardings or somebody in the crowd, and then it's deemed to have gone dead. If not, the man who picks the ball up is deemed to have taken it dead.
It's given St Helens another chance to attack.
It's the last thing they need, is it, to be fair, but they're spot on with the rule, the referee and touch judge. Flannery.
Show! Move! Hold 10! Go!
Roby and Lomax. Gaskell. The runner is Dixon, looking for that hat-trick.
Release him!
Last minute, Pulatua waits dummy half. Pulatua. Ooh, he's a big man. He gets the ball away brilliantly. Picked up by Melly. Francis Melly back to Lomax. They want it fed out wide here. Lomax ducks under them. Almost on all fours. He almost gets to the line. Play the ball. Play the ball, says the referee. He's trying to. Roby. Soliola. Flick, flick, flick. Back it comes to Nathan Ash. This is the last tackle for St Helens. Roby pops it up, and is it a try here? On his debut it is for Anthony Lanfranchi. Anthony Lanfranchi has marked his home debut with a try.
Well, I thought it was incredible defence from Salford. In the last minute of the match, they get to the last play, they've held them out for so many, but the momentum of the man in possession takes him forward over the line, and for his first try for the famous club with a red V.
Well, yes, Anthony Lanfranchi gets his first try, only 14 appearances for the Gold Coast last year. And on this, his home debut, the big Australian comes up with his first try of 2012. To be fair, it's not what Salford deserve, because it's now 36-10. The likelihood is, with this conversion to come, it's going to be 38-10. And that really gives the impression this has been one-way traffic almost from start to finish. It doesn't tell the story of the first half.
No, you're right, Eddie, and they're just out on their feet at the Salford side. We keep saying it, but it has been the truth in this second stanza, is that Salford, no possession, no field position. Full credit to St Helens, that's the reason that they took control. They upped the tempo in the second half. A little bit shady in the first 40.
Well, this is going to be the last kick of the match. He's missed a couple. He hasn't missed that one. It's 38-10. St Helens have won the game.
Lee, congratulations on man of the match, the first home Super League game here at the new stadium.